Hey guys, it's Comic Quiz, here bringing another comic review, and today I'm going to be doing All New X-Men issue 10. So, from the previous issue we know that Cyclops, the present time Cyclops, and his X-Men have arrived at the Jean Grey Institute for Gifted Youngsters. So, they pretty much came to talk. They're not trying to fight the X-Men, they just want to talk with them. He's pretty much come up with this, pretty much with his own school called the New Xavier School, and he pretty much wants to recruit all new students, and he's even trying to poach some from Kitty and their X-Men. So they're just discussing like what they're doing is wrong. Especially Beast is very vocal about Cyclops' plans, because Cyclops actually wants to train them to fight, particularly just to fight, to protect themselves, because he even points out that everything Xavier did was to give them the ability to protect themselves, and thus that made them warriors. Because in actual fact he actually is right, because if they were actually, because thinking back to when Xavier first raised them and everything, when he raised the X-Men, he raised them to, well, supposedly to use their powers to be a benefit to mankind, yet they were going out fighting Magneto and everything like warriors, which in essence isn't exactly the purpose of what they were doing. So that, at that point, Scotland was actually something very interesting. But then they start bringing up the whole Phoenix incident where Scott was possessed by the Phoenix and he killed Charles Xavier. But then Scott also mentions how the Phoenix was possessing him at the time, which also makes his younger self question what Beast told him, because Beast actually didn't mention the whole Phoenix incident. So older Scott saying this made him start to doubt Beast and everything he's been telling them, because everything he's been telling them, even though it has been the truth, but the way he said it hasn't come the way they were expecting it. So pretty much, like I said, Scott's pretty much trying to build his new X-Men called the New Xavier Academy or something like that, and so he's going to come back in like an hour to come and take whoever wants to join them. So then they leave. So Wolverine, Kitty, Storm, they also discussing what they're going to do. Do they think anyone's going to leave? And they think that some people will leave. But also Scott and Beast, younger Scott I mean, gets into a fight with Beast, disagreeing about what he's been telling them, that everything's been a lie. Like the Phoenix never mentioned anything about the Phoenix taking control of him when he killed Xavier, things like that. So when Scott, he's annoyed and he's pissed. So he storms out the school, and he stands outside waiting by himself. So while Wolverine, Kitty, Beast and Storm was thinking about what they're going to do and everything, Scott comes back like an hour later, while older Scott. So he comes back and says, alright, I came back as I promised. Actually, before he gets to this, he sees his younger self waiting outside, and he starts talking like, why are you guys still here? You should go back to your own time. Like, what you're doing could destroy the fabric of the time as we know it. Like, you're stealing time, like, it's not right, things like that. So younger Scott's like explaining like pretty much we already know, that he came back to stop what's happening right now, because they already know that since Jean's going to die, he turns evil. What's the point of going back when they already know what's going to happen, and like everything Xavier's been telling them isn't the way the world is turning out. So at the end is something interesting. Like I said, some people do leave, like these triplet sisters who were brought in by Emma when she was part of the X-Men, called Celeste, Mindy and Phoebe. They're triplets, so they go off with Scott and his new X-Men. And this pick actually confused me, because when Scott said, when someone says to younger Scott, I'm coming with you, he says no. So then Wolverine and Kate actually get afraid. They're like, no, you can't do this. And then that's where the issue ends, which I'm thinking, because it wasn't exactly clear, but I think younger Scott might actually want to join his older self in his new mutant revolution, which is also a very interesting development in the story. And also in this issue, another side story about Mystique's breaking of S.H.I.E.L.D. when she released Sabretooth and some other mutant woman, I forgot what her name was, and they robbed a bank in this issue, and as a result people died. So Mariah Hill, she when she gets wind of this, she contacts the X-Men and wonders have they had any contact with Mystique, which they all say no, but then they did also mention that Scott actually did meet her, and that was pretty much where that ended. So yeah, overall this was an interesting issue and an interesting development in the story. So so what do you think overall? Tell me in the comments down below. Who is right? Is Scott and his New Mutant Revolution the way to go, or is Beast, Storm, and Kitty trying to follow Xavier's dream of living with humans in peace the real way to go? Because who knows? Because persecution won't end for them. So is Scott right to take action, or is he wrong? Because if you are familiar with the Ultimate Universe, you remember what Magneto did in Ultimatum, and you remember what happened with the mutants in that universe. So is this the right approach to go? Tell me in the comments down below. What do you think? And yeah, guys, this has been Comic Quiz, reviewing All New X-Men issue 4. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All New X-Men issue 10, sorry. And don't forget to subscribe. See you later, guys.